Now on WCCO.
Harper was filled with the brightest light.
1 year after a shooting at Annunciation Catholic Church.
She was only 10, and yet she taught us more than most people ever could.
Remembering what was lost.
Fletcher was generous with so many things. He shared his smile easily. He loved to laugh and be silly.
While honoring a community's resilience.
I would say it's still very raw 1 year later.
Not everyone's feeling the same, doing the same, wanting the same, and that's all okay.
There's always someone who kind of looks back at you and says, hey, with a look, I get it, I'm there. This is hard.
Thank you for joining us. 1 year ago, a Minneapolis community was changed forever.
A shooting at a church filled with children at their first Mass of the school year killed 2 students and injured even more. 3rd grader Fletcher Merkel was just 8 years old. Harper Moisky was 10. As Heather Brown shares, Harper's family says the 5th grader had a knack for making every day count.
How to be a light. That's what Harper taught us every single day of her 10 brilliant years.
It's a light that's been leading the way for those who knew her best.
She lived big, and she squeezed the most joy she could out of every moment. Harper was an original person through and through. She was sharp, curious, funny, and fierce. She had her own point of view, her own sense of style, her own way of being. She didn't wait for permission. She didn't water herself down. And yes, she was hard to parent. But we loved it.
Last September, Harper's mom, Jackie Flavin, shared that love at a community memorial with Harper's dad, Mike Moisky, by her side.
And one of the most powerful things that we learned from Harper and through the heartbreak of losing her is that light is not something that we carry alone. It's something we hold together and pass around. It's something we share and something that binds us together. Harper understood that too. She didn't try to carry things by herself. She let us in when things were hard.
Letting us all in on just how special this 10-year-old was.
She was always coming up with creative ideas like elaborate games or imaginary worlds and art projects. She could build a whole universe in an afternoon and invite you right into it. One of our favorite things she used to do was set up a little store in her room where she would sell stuff to us that she had made or collected from around the house. And she'd change the price based on how nice you were to her.
2 months later, the community came together once again at the Harper Moisky volleyball tournament.
Harper loved volleyball, Harper loved animals, Harper loved her friends. Harper brought joy and laughter to all of us all the time.
Harper didn't do anything halfway. She was extra in the very best way.
In December, one of her favorite songs, sang by her classmates as part of the Annunciation Christmas program.
I hope they feel surrounded in love and wrapped in it and fully embraced. And that's a love that we have for Harper and Fletcher that doesn't go away, and that kind of love doesn't fade.
Bringing together a community that's choosing to focus on hope and healing.
You've lifted us up during the hardest days of our lives, and we are so grateful.
We poured our hearts, the very best parts of ourselves, into Harper and Quinn, and that kind of love doesn't disappear or die. It deepens, it strengthens, it becomes a force capable of carrying us, changing us.
Real love is what changes the world. When Harper died, her light didn't go out. It shifted. It moved into all the people who cared about her.
Fletcher was a kid who spent most of his downtime on the lake.
As Steve Hartman shows us, he too had a big personality that was hard to miss.
In South Minneapolis, a 2nd-floor bedroom remains much as it was.
Oh, wow.
A boy's life, frozen in time.
He's not with us the way we want him to be, but this is the best we have.
The room they save belonged to Fletcher Merkel, Jesse and Molly's 8-year-old son.
Why not pack up the room? It's one of the most personal monuments to who he was as a person.
If the room's not his, I feel like that memory, like I won't feel it the same way.
Fletcher Merkel was one of 2 Annunciation students killed when a gunman fired randomly into the parish church. Fletcher's room, yet another silent memorial. Over the years, I have been in many of these bedrooms. Still photographer Lou Bope and I visited 8 of them for the Netflix short documentary, All the Empty Rooms. The film won an Academy Award last March, but that night was not a culmination. Lou and I have decided to continue documenting these bedrooms for any parents who are interested for as long as America's school shooting epidemic persists. We know these rooms are sacred spaces, so parents can keep the pictures for themselves if they want, or share them with the world.
I want people to maybe have a tiny glimpse of, like, what if that was me?
And it's really important to me that people know who he was. Bird. Like in the beginning, it was bugs and animals.
Constant energy.
His hair was like the definition of who he was.
Lou found evidence of that whirlwind just inside the bedroom door. Fletcher got those shoes 3 weeks before he died, and they were already worn through. Same with his blanket, the corner where he found comfort, loved to threads. His room also reveals what he liked most: Legos and buffaloes, plants and Packers. Fletcher also kept a journal. The page on the left details his plan to steal cookies from the jar downstairs, complete with a boast at the bottom.
This plan was successful.
Oh, so he pulled that off.
Apparently.
And the Merkels say that's how Fletcher lives on, through the fun memories and the poignant reminders.
What do you think if all of America could stand in his room? Would that change anything?
Yes,
How so?
they have to feel it.
As a human, you have to say, this can't happen to anybody else.
To that end, let me show you one last set of pictures. Fletcher was a Cub Scout, which means at meetings, he pledged aloud, "On my honor, I will do my duty to God and my country." The question is, when will his country reciprocate? Steve Hartman, CBS News, Minneapolis.
Also inside Annunciation Catholic Church that day were a couple in their 80s who rarely missed a morning mass.
Both were hit by gunfire and are now dealing with lasting impacts. Only on WCCO, they share their struggles and solace with our Jeff Wagner.
This photo on the right
is the house we just moved from in Richfield.
The story of Sue and Ron Wilson's life together,
Oh, that's our wedding.
happily spanning 60 years, adorns their home.
These are 3 children.
Pictures alongside countless paintings
Who did them?
I did them.
Ron was an art teacher.
that serve as comforting reminders, even if Ron struggles to remember them, like his drawing of their trip to Budapest.
And why did we go there?
Alzheimer's is chipping away at his memory.
It was to celebrate our 50th wedding anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
But there's one that has yet to fade, just like the scar it left on his head.
Right away, I was in the Army. I knew gunfire when I heard it.
August 27th, 2025, the Wilsons went to Mass at Annunciation Church like they did each Wednesday morning. Hundreds of kids from Annunciation Catholic School were also there to commemorate the start of their school year. Prayer and song that would be violently interrupted.
There's a stained glass window exploding.
By gunfire.
And then the...
We were sitting next to each other. I pushed her down, so she would be safer.
Police say the shooter fired more than 100 rounds into the church, hitting dozens of students. A bullet or its fragments grazed Ron's head, then hit Sue.
He slowed it down enough so that when it came in above my eye, it stopped right before the brain. So I do have shrapnel yet in the outer membrane of the brain, and also in through the eye.
Months of recovery would follow. Sue regained sight in her eye, but symptoms of her traumatic brain injury remain.
So yeah, the balance isn't real good, so that's why I've given up driving.
Her role as Ron's primary caretaker was scaled back, with therapists and care teams visiting frequently to help out. Countless get well cards and meals kept their spirits high.
It was phenomenal. We had food being brought in for a couple of months. I almost forgot how to cook.
They also said goodbye to their home of nearly 30 years sooner than planned.
It was time.
Moving into a senior apartment down the street.
I think we're in a good place in our lives now.
Sue's warm outlook was challenged at times, knowing 2 Annunciation families were living with unimaginable pain.
I was a little ticked off at God for a while that 2 children were killed, and I said, we've lived our lives. We've had a happy life. Why didn't these kids have a chance? And this voice said, you're not in charge. And I thought, I don't know who that voice was, but I listened to it. We're not in charge. So I think that's why we've been pretty calm about changes in our lives.
What hasn't changed is their faith, whether it's attending Mass each Sunday or the gratitude for a storied life together with more memories to be made.
We always thank God first for still being together and still being able to enjoy life. Yeah.
With photojournalist Jose Pascual,
he is my hero.
Jeff Wagner, WCCO News.
The Wilsons will celebrate their 61st wedding anniversary later this fall.
They're also excited to become great-grandparents next month. This past winter, we spent some time with Annunciation Creative Arts Director Kristen Stang as she got ready for the school's annual Christmas program. At that time, her grief was overwhelmingly fresh. Now, 1 year later, their journey towards healing looks a little bit different while the heaviness remains.
So one of the very first things that I did was I actually started writing again. And I enjoy written word and text and started journaling. Started with just baby steps of what I was feeling on a given day, and especially in the early days, trying to process what can't be processed. From there, it's a great deal of, honestly, therapy and working through those emotions and everything that was experienced.
As the calendar turns to August, Annunciation Creative Arts Director Kristen Stang admits this day brings everything back to the surface.
You can't help but be transported back to that day and to those moments. I would say it's still very raw 1 year later. And, you know, while we're finding that healing and those moments of joy, holding in our hearts that we all walked through something that no one should ever have to. It's a hard mark. It's a very difficult thing to look back on to that day 1 year ago.
Healing is a continuous process, one often interrupted by everyday moments that suddenly become triggering.
Just walking through the grieving process and those hard moments of, you know, missing 2 incredible children and the little things that I think take us back to that moment. I mean, even the 4th of July, the sound of fireworks for a number of people was concerning. And so we've seen the healing steps. It's a process, and the kids are all on their own individual, you know, place with that process. It's not going to be an immediate healing.
While teachers work to create a safe space for students, Kristen says faculty have lifted one another up through the hardest days, but no one at Annunciation is walking alone.
I think if one of us was walking it completely alone, it would be incredibly challenging. And the fact that we have each other to lean on, it's pivotal. And when I say I work with some of the best people, I work with some of the best individuals. They're extraordinary and extraordinary at what they do. And so if there's ever a moment when one of us feels like we are stuck in the mud, which is what grieving can feel like, you're lifting that foot out of the mud and you're trying to find your way, there's always someone who kind of looks back at you and says, hey, you know, with a look, I get it, I'm there. This is hard.
As the new school year starts and the community continues to honor Fletcher and Harper, Kristen says the lesson moving forward is simple yet powerful.
Keep taking care of each other, show up for each other, and love harder than you've ever loved.
A part of that healing journey at Annunciation Catholic School and Church has been working with the Washburn Center for Children.
Frankie McLister shares the work they're doing and how we can support them.
Words matter because the experience matters.
As the Annunciation community steps into a time of remembrance.
Not everyone's feeling the same, doing the same, wanting the same, and that's all okay.
Jenny Britton, who's the Chief Clinical Officer for Washburn Center for Children, has been in charge of therapists' response on the ground since soon after.
Like the disillusionment phase is where communities land between 6 months and 9 months, where it's really some of the hardest work, right? That And the reason it's some of the hardest work is that some of the community support you are getting has kind of moved on.
What is the best way the community can honor them and help?
Really leaning into what they know they need versus us just doing what we think they need.
And knowing how to respond in conversation.
If someone says, oh yeah, I went to Annunciation, you can say, oh, oh, that's great, I know that school. Instead of saying, oh gosh, I heard what happened there. And one of the things they're thinking a lot about in this Remembrance Day, right, this anniversary of August 27th, is get out and be a good neighbor. It doesn't even have to be with us.
That day I watched Principal DeBoer say, when you pray, move your feet. Would you say moving your feet is what the community needs from the community?
100%, right? And moving your feet looks different for everybody, right? So whether it's organizing something in your community, participating, educating yourself.
You'd say it takes a village?
100%. 100% it takes a village. It is the greatest privilege and honor of my entire career to be welcomed into a community like Annunciation. And it's emotional to even think about her.
Some of them are watching this story. What do you want to say to them?
I see you. I love you. I'm proud of you. I'll catch you when you fall. We'll be here.
With photojournalist Dave Schwab.
Their strength is in their community. Their strength is in each other. And you can't lose.
Frankie McLister, WCCO News.
You can support the community through the Annunciation Hope and Healing Fund. So far, they've raised more than $4 million.
It was created last year and continues to provide direct help to those affected by the tragedy.